Hey coaches, if you want to win more games, this is definitely going to be a strategy that you're going to want to use. Basically, what you can do if you're starting a game, whether you're going up against a very strong team or even a weaker team, you can really set the pace. And by doing a full court press this way, this could help you succeed in your game. Let's get down. Let's check this out. At the end, I'm going to give you some drills that you can run with your team in practice to be able to trap even better in game. And of course, if you want to get the unbeatable basketball zone defense, it's a fantastic defense that you can run with your team. It's down in the description below. Okay, so really quickly, the blue team is the defensive team, red is offense, and this is just going to be a basic press break that most teams will run. A lot of teams, the first play will not be running a press break because they're not expecting to be pressed. However, this is what you can do. So basically what we're going to have is our fastest player up top. We're going to have 3 players basically at the free throw line extended, and then we're going to have 1 player at the back. So this is essentially, some coaches may call it a diamond because it resembles the diamond press. However, I call this as a 1-3-1, and it's a very strong, very overly aggressive zone. So basically what we're looking to do is have player 1 looking not at the ball, but instead we want to see him looking this way so that his back is to the ball. In fact, you could even have it so that he's offset, so that he's looking this way and watching what these 2 players are doing. He does not want these 2 players to get that ball, so he's going to be basically moving back and forth, waiting to really see what these 2 players are doing, and then he can go in basically attack and defend whichever player gets that ball. Now, at this point, we do not want players 2, 3, or 4 to go past that free throw line extended. At this time, we do not want player 5 to go past that half court line. We want him, however, because the ball went to this side, we want him to shadow basically in line with the key or maybe just a bit farther over down court. This way, if that pass tries to go to player 5 red, blue should be there. If there's a cut across, he should also be able to knock off that pass too, but I would really prefer player 4 blue getting that and not player 5, because if it goes through, then it would be a 2-on-none, and that would not be fun. So at this point, we would have player 1 pressuring player 2. Player 3 would then move in. Player 1 would probably go a bit wider. They're going to reverse the ball because that's what they all do, and player 3 may try to attack up the middle, or he may even pass over to this side, whatever it may be. These 3 players, by staying home in their positions, they are basically cutting off the whole court essentially. If they try to then push that ball over towards the other side, again, player 5 moves over, and now we can slightly start moving player 4 and 2 over, and player 1 would then be trying to cut off this side. So now at this point, we would have 3 players trying to force player 1 towards the sideline, essentially. If he tries to dribble up the side, as soon as that ball goes past that half-court line, we're going to have a trap on this side, and player 4 is going to be watching the middle. Player 2 could start moving up, watching the middle here as well, and at that point, we're trying to trap along that sideline. This is a very overly aggressive zone, and if the other team doesn't pass that ball fast and is not aggressive trying to get down court, and then you maybe caught them off guard, this could really set the tempo for the rest of the game. Remember, if the offensive team gets that ball down the middle of the court, reverse back into whatever zone or man-to-man that you're playing, and then you'll be beaten at that point. But if we can really try to get that player towards that sideline, preferably I would like to trap in these locations, but that's not always the case, and especially in an overly aggressive zone, we could just trap along these sidelines and hope that they can't get the ball past half in time and get that essential turnover call against them. But the whole main key things about this zone is the fact that we do not want 3, 4, or 2 to go past that free throw line extended, and we do not want player 5 to go past the half court line. This is key if you want to have this overly aggressive zone press to be ran effectively, because this could win a lot of games for you. So a simple kind of drill that you can run with your team to be able to essentially teach a trap along the sidelines is essentially a 1-on-2 drill. And what we would do is have the middle player in the line to then have the ball, and then the first player in each one of these lines will move up to the elbows, and at this point, player 3, in this case red, will try to attack down the middle or towards the sidelines. Remember, to beat a trap, you want to stay within the volleyball court. So if player 3 was to try to attack up, we would have players 3 and 5 close. He would then obviously be forced towards the sideline. At this point, we would have player 5 directing player 3 towards the sideline, and player 3 basically coming up the rear, so that when that player does go and attack that side and he cannot get past player 5, 3 and 5 will trap him along that sideline, and the only way player 3 has out is to reverse. We would give him 7 seconds to get past half. If he can't get past half in that 7 seconds, the defense wins. If he does get past half in 7 seconds, then he wins. Next is going to be a 5-line set, and it's going to be very similar. However, we're going to have 3 players move up from the blue lines, which is the middle and then the side, and then we're going to have 2 lines that are going to be the offensive lines. And at this point, we're going to have a 2-on-3 situation. I want these 2 players to be moving as well as passing to each other. We're going to have player 3, if it's on this side, player 3 and 4 trying to force towards the sideline. Player 2 will be guarding player 5. Player 5 needs to try and fight to get open. Player 2 has to fight to try and stay with him. Again, player 4 would be the one who's forcing towards the sideline. Player 3 is going to be the one who's backing him up. That way, again, to force along the sideline. Player 3 is going to be the one trying to get that pass over to player 5 so that it's a 1-on-1 until player 3 comes over to be able to defend. So for example, if player 5 was to get that reverse pass, we would have player 2, he would be the one on trying to force towards the sideline. And at that point, we would have player 3 come up with the reverse, and 3 and 4 would be battling each other to get open and to keep that coverage going. This is a very fun drill. It's a stack on that first one, but again, if you're looking to run a press, these are great drills to run. Remember to go check out that Unbeatable Basketball Defense book down in the description below. It's a very strong defense where it would be a double team from the free throw line and below. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.